Hachette Audio presents Traveler's Rest, written by Keith Lee Morris, read by Peter Berkrot. For my mother and father, about whom I find something new to appreciate every day. A moment of the past, did I say? Was it not perhaps very much more? Something that, common both to the past and to the present, is much more essential than either of them? Marcel Proust, Remembrance of Things Past. Part 1. Movable Things. Perhaps the immobility of the things that surround us is forced upon them by our conviction that they are themselves and not anything else, and by the immobility of our conceptions of them. For it always happened that when I awoke like this, and my mind struggled in an unsuccessful attempt to discover where I was, everything would be moving round me through the darkness. Things, places, years. Marcel Proust, Remembrance of Things Past. 1. It was snowing. The storm had started as soon as they crossed the Cascades from Seattle, and now, here in what his dad called the Idaho Panhandle, Dewey looked out from the back seat at the snow sweeping over the interstate in huge white gusts, covering everything in sight. His dad held on to the steering wheel at 10 and 2, which meant the weather was bad. His dad had grown up in this part of the country. Well, Seattle anyway. But now they lived in South Carolina, and he wasn't used to driving in the snow. And it would be getting dark soon. Uncle Robbie, who sat with Dewey in back, tried to ease the tension by showing how to play the armpit trombone, an instrument he claimed he could use to perform the song Camptown Races in its entirety, verses and chorus, and which he proceeded to demonstrate, sort of. It sounded like a long series of farts, and Dewey, age 10, found this highly amusing. His mother, smiling just slightly in the front seat as she looked dreamily out the window, seemed to find it somewhat amusing. His father not at all. His father never found much of anything about Uncle Robbie, who was more than a decade younger than Dewey's father, and who was coming to stay with them in Charleston for a while as part of his court-ordered rehabilitation program. Amusing at all.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?